Well, hello there. Welcome to day 96 of our 365-day challenge, our BU 365-day challenge. To do one thing every day that improves us, improves you, improves me, improves all of us, because by improving ourselves, number one, we have a happier, better life. Number two, we have a positive impact on the world because we're setting the example for other people as well. So we are in the midst of the SOAP framework, and we're examining the SOAP framework, of course, with the frame of the life framework. And the frame we're working on this month is spiritual well-being, our spiritual well-being. So yesterday we talked about, we created our story, our current story, and we future paced that out in a negative way or a positive way to come up with, or both, hopefully both, to come up with our ideal desired spiritual well-being in this particular area, the area that we're looking at. Now I'm looking at my connection to a higher power. And so yesterday I told my story and I'm like, okay, well, what if I stay disconnected? And I went through that 5, 10, 15, 20 years out and saw a picture of myself and what my life was like living that way. And then I went through 5, 10, 15, 20, how many ever years I might continue to live, if I get a better connection to my higher power, my higher being, and source, whatever that is for me and whatever that is for you. It's different for each and every one of us based on our upbringing, our experiences, our the things that have happened to us that have impacted our spiritual or religious or more esoteric beliefs, our belief system, our bigger us, or what's something outside of us and bigger than us that is of a spiritual or energetic connection, right? I think of spirituality as energetic and as an energetic connection to other beings, other people, other our religious beliefs, etc. So today we're going to take what happened by looking at our current situation, and hopefully for you, for me, it's a huge gap. We create it to the difference between our current situation and our desired situation creates a gap, right? There's a chasm, or for some of us, it's the Grand Canyon. For others, it's just this little bitty gap. But there's a difference between where we are and where we want to be, or where we could potentially be if we really believe in ourselves and we believe we deserve to have a spiritual connection or great spiritual well-being. So our tool today, the O in our SOAP framework, after we identify the gap in our story, is to start filling in that and moving us toward what it is that we want. We do that by examining and thinking about, well, what are the options? What are possible ways to help me fill that gap? And the tool we're going to talk about today is brainstorming. Now, there's a lot of different types of brainstorming. There's 3 main types, and then under each of those types, there's a whole lot of other different types. I'm not going to describe all of them. I'm going to share 10 with you. If one appeals to you, you can just Google it and get the detailed step-by-step how to do this particular type of brainstorming. The 3 main categories of brainstorming are verbal brainstorming, where you talk out loud, or you talk out loud with another person or a group of people. Brainstorming has generally been out in the world a group activity, right? But if it's just you, I brainstorm all the time all by myself, right? But so it's definitely not only a group activity, but it's very powerful group activity. It's a great team problem solving tool because it allows everybody to get a say, etc. So verbal is we're talking about it, we're doing it out loud. Nominal group technique, we've actually got nominal group technique on the back of this, and often I share nominal group technique in the A of our SOAP framework, the analysis and the action. How do you decide among alternatives? That's where I share nominal group technique. So I thought it was interesting that according to the internet, verbal nominal group technique and electronic are the 3 main categories of brainstorming, meaning you do it out loud. I would say there's, nominal group technique, maybe I would say verbal, written, and electronic, but that would be me categorizing things. And whenever we hear things or read things or learn things on the internet, we take them with a grain of salt because it's only one person's opinion, right? And it's one person's opinion filtered by an electronic algorithm, right? Which may or may not represent what we actually mean. So I'm going to say verbal, written, and electronic. Now, I personally find taking electronic notes and categorizing things and doing them on the computer a challenge. Now that's because I'm visually challenged, so maybe that's my pushback on that. But you can use whatever method works best for you, right? Some people are writers, some people are readers, some people are talkers, some people are electronic technological whizzes. So find the way that works best for you. Now, under those guises, there's all different specific ways to brainstorm, right? Well, I've got a list of 10 here that I just pulled together. One is brain writing, and I think we talked about soul writing earlier in the challenge, but brain writing is you just sit down and you just start writing down anything and everything that absolutely possibly comes to your mind. We have some crazy, wild ideas, yes, but we're not analyzing them, we're not judging them, we're just writing them all down. We've talked about the rules of brainstorming in the past. Brainstorming is by far one of my favorite go-to tools. I use it not every day, but I use it a lot. So brain writing, rapid ideation, when you just everybody throws out ideas, figure storming, which is just, I'm not going to describe all of these, it's too many. Eidetic image method, online brainstorming or brain netting, round robin, when everybody takes a turn and you just go around in the room and everybody just shouts out whatever their idea is and somebody captures it on a board or something. The stepladder technique, mind mapping. I've done a lot of mind mapping in my time. Starbursting is when you just take the idea, you put it in the middle, and then you put a 6-pointed star around it, and you ask who, what, where, when, why, and how. That's also one I've used quite frequently. I'm a big proponent of the who, what, where, when, why, and how. I usually use that when I'm coming up with my current story and my future story, but it also works. It's one of those tools. It's like meditating. It's like hypnosis. It's like affirmations. It's a tool that can be applied to any area and aspect of your life, just like brainstorming is. And then change of scenery. Sometimes we get our best ideas when we're doing something else or when we're out of our normal environment. I never brainstorm in my office, almost never. When I'm brainstorming, I am brainstorming when I go for a walk. I'm brainstorming when I'm sitting in a cozy, comfortable place. Maybe I'll walk to the park and I'll sit on the park bench that overlooks the river, and that's where I do a lot of brainstorming. I am an avid believer in the change of scenery brainstorming technique as well. So what's our assignment for today? Our action item. Our action item is to brainstorm whichever technique, whichever strategy works for you, or if you're brave, stretch your comfort zone and do and try out one of these other brainstorming techniques. We're going to come up with a minimum of 10 possible options to help us fill that gap, right? We're not analyzing or judging them. We're just brainstorming out 10 possible ways to get from where I am right now in my connectedness to a higher power to where I want to be with respect to my connectedness to a higher power. And maybe it's you're not very religious. You want to learn more and be more religious. Whatever it is for you, you're going to brainstorm possible options, and they can be crazy. Just use your imagination to get from where you are to where you want to be. We're going to have 10. We're going to share 3. We're going to share 3 for a very specific reason. Tomorrow, we are going to apply a tool to analyze and select one of those, or maybe one of a totally different idea. A lot of times when I start to analyze my possible options, I realize that the 3 I picked, there's one that makes absolutely a lot more sense on my list, or maybe not on my list, but it pops in my mind. And then I pick that one to actually take action on. So 10 and 3, I call this 10 and 3. So brainstorm at least 10 options, pick 3, share 3 in the comments below, how you can fill your spiritual well-being gap. And we will hop on the A train tomorrow and analyze that and pick one to take action on. All right, any questions, hit me up. Otherwise, I will be with you tomorrow. Have an awesome day. Have fun with this. Brainstorming is supposed to be fun, and it shows us really how creative and how imaginative we are, and that's always a good thing. All right, have a great day. Bye.